Hi, Caitlin here. Thank you so much for joining me in the BlueWare BestBond training video series. In this video, we're going to go over the basic essentials to using BestBond. We're going to go over the requirements for your workstation computer and internet, opening up BestBond, logging into BestBond, basic do's and don'ts, the home screen and navigation, changing your password, locking out, and finally, logging out entirely. Are you ready? Let's get started. In order to access BestBond, you will have to have a workstation computer with internet or network access. Basically, you need to have a monitor, a keyboard, a mouse, or touchpad. This computer can either be a desktop or a laptop. It really doesn't matter. For the configuration of your workstation computer, please adhere to the following guidelines. If you have a 32-bit processor, it needs to have 2 gigs of memory. Or, if you have a 64-bit processor, it needs to have 4 gigs of memory. BestBond works best with either an i5 or i7 Intel processor. Sometimes your organization will allow you to access BestBond from the World Wide Web, and other times you are isolated to only use the organization's network. Ideal speeds for your network to use BestBond are generally 100 megabytes per second or 1 gigabyte per second. BestBond is a web-based application. Therefore, the first step to accessing the system is either by opening the browser and typing in the appropriate URL dedicated to BestBond as defined by your organization, or by clicking the shortcut to BestBond that has been placed on your desktop of your workstation computer. BestBond is browser agnostic. That means that it works on any browser. However, you must use the Google Chrome plugin if you're not using Google. For more information, go to www.google.com/chromeframe. Once you have BestBond open, the screen you will be presented with has a place for you to type in your username and password. Below the username and password input fields, it is important to point out the confidentiality clause that notifies you that, as all of your actions are recorded in the system, you are liable to any breach of patient confidentiality. Whenever you log into BestBond, you are electronically agreeing to this liability. The first time you log in, your organization's IT staff will be providing you your username and password. It's important to know that BestBond's system is case sensitive, so take a special note as to whether there are any capital letters in your username or password. This feature allows for a higher level of security for your patient's information. To log in, simply type in your username and your password and click the Sign On button. If you feel you've made a mistake, the Reset button will erase both the username and password fields for you to start over. Now that you're into BestBond for the first time, here's some really quick do's and don'ts of using the system. First, don't use your browser's back and forward buttons. BestBond is written in a way to keep the URLs safe and secure from outside threats. That means when you hit the back button on your browser, you will automatically log out of the system. This can be very frustrating learning it the hard way. Second, don't print from your browser's print button. Your print may not come out the way you expect it. We will get to learn how to print in BestBond in a later video. Once you've logged in to BestBond, you will immediately be presented with the system's home screen, which is also known as the patient search screen. Across the top of the screen, there are a series of tabs with icons on them. Each tab is a different menu to a variety of different functions and screens. This is called the navigation menu. You will notice that some of the tabs are faded out. That means that on this screen there are no functions available behind that tab. If the tab is fully colored, it means you can perform an action or go to another page within BestBond. Really quickly, let's go over the different menu options. The first tab is the back menu. This arrow pointing left presents a drop-down menu to all of the previous pages you've been to within BestBond. On the home screen, it's faded out because it's the first page we've been to so far. But after you've moved to another page within the system, you will notice it will be colored in with a list of all of the pages in BestBond you visited previously. The second tab menu is the search menu displayed by a magnifying glass. This is your center location to access all of BestBond's search functions, be it patient search, encounter search, or document search. This menu stays active throughout the entire BestBond system on every page. The third tab menu is the patient menu, and it is only active when you're within a patient's record. From this screen, you will be able to add new patient information, access their lab reports in a graphing format, etc. The fourth tab menu is the favorites menu, with an icon that indicates outside signals. This is your personal place to add links to your favorite hotspots on the internet or intranet. You can add your own organization's main page, pages you usually refer to during the business day, or anything else you would like. It is your personal link tied directly to your user account. The fifth tab menu is the configuration menu, shown by a gear icon. Here is where you can change your password and edit your favorite links. The final tab menu is the help menu. This is where you can access your user guide and these video tutorials should you ever need them. That covers BestBond navigation. Pretty straightforward, right? Security of your personal user account in BestBond is dependent on your password. Therefore, it is very important to keep your password secure and frequently updated. Some organizations choose to enforce an automatic password reset so that you must change your password every 90 or so days. Check with your IT administrator to see how this may affect you. Since your password is the only thing you can personally control in regards to protecting your account from various threats, you need to know how to change it and change it frequently. It all starts with the navigation menu. Do you remember where? By hovering your mouse over the configuration tab, click on the Change Password link, and this will take you to the screen where you can change your password in a very straightforward manner. All you have to do here is to type in your current password and your new password 2 times, and then you're done. However, there is an additional feature that your facility may have incorporated that facilitates how strong your password may be. Password strengths ensure that your password is protected from hackers who are really good at guessing passwords. The strength of your password is dependent on how many different kinds of characters you use in the creation of your new password. A character is defined as a lowercase and uppercase letter, number, and symbol. The more character variations you use in your password, the stronger your password is against threats. Again, the reset button is there for your convenience if you made a mistake along the way. Every time you log into BestBond, you are entering a user session. A user session consists of all of the actions taken by a user from the moment of login until the moment of log out. BestBond has an in-between option available to you called locking out. This is for those moments when you need to step away from your workstation for a limited time, like, let's say, going to the bathroom, for example, and you're coming back soon. By locking out, you save your user session on the page where you're at and secure it so no one can just hop on while you're gone. And when you enter your password after you come back, you'll still be at the screen you were at when you left. To lock out, you simply click on the lock at the top right-hand corner of the screen, and after clicking on the lock icon, you will be presented with the lockout screen. From here, you can enter your password to unlock your user session, or you can sign on as a different user if the workstation is a shared machine. Clicking the Sign In as a Different User button will take you back to the original Sign On screen. When you log out of BestBond, you officially end your user session. In other words, when you log back in, you will be presented with the Patient Search home screen by default, and a new user session will be recorded. To log out, click on the X icon in the upper right-hand corner of the application. This button exists everywhere throughout the system for your ease of use. That concludes the material of this video. In the next video, we'll learn the various search screens to help you find the information you're looking for in the most effective manner. And, as always, on behalf of everyone from BlueWare, thank you for using BestBond, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!